Alright, so law of cosine. First thing we need to do is we need to understand how we label triangles. I have a triangle here. And on this triangle, you'll see that I have uppercase and lowercase letters. I have uppercase A, and that's going to represent the angle. Your angle right here. That's going to be angle A. I have an uppercase B that represents my angle B right here. And then I have an uppercase C, and that's going to represent this angle right here. So we have three different angles in a triangle. They all have to add up to 180 degrees, as you guys know. And when we're going to label a generic triangle, we're going to label it with capital letters A, B, and C, because those are going to be the letters that are going to be in the law of cosine equation we're going to use. Now I also have the lowercase letters. Lowercase b is going to be the side that is directly across from angle B. Well, angle B is right here. The side directly across is going to be right here, and that's going to be lowercase b. Lowercase c here is the side of the triangle that is directly across from angle C, and the same for side A is directly across from angle A. When we look at our formula of the law of cosine over here, we have this nice, beautiful, long equation where it is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. C squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine C. Now, angle C here is going to be our included angle. Included angle means that we need to know the angle that is sandwiched between our two known sides. So if we come over here and we look at this triangle, we know side A and side B, and we also know angle C. C is our included angle. This triangle, if you remember from geometry, it is a side angle side triangle. Whenever you have a triangle that's side angle side and you're asked to find another angle, or if you're asked to find the other length, it's going to be the law of cosine. We'll also have triangles which will be side, 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 meaning I give you all three sides and I'll ask you to find all three angles, and you'll use law of cosine as well. Now, if you look on your identity sheet or the sheets that I give you in class with law of cosine, I only give you one formula. I don't solve for A or B or anything like that, because to me, if you understand what each one represents, then the letters are irrelevant as long as you know what you're actually solving for. So C in this equation is actually going to be my unknown side. That is my unknown side. That's the side I need to solve for. My A and my B, they are my known sides. My A, my B, and these A and B over here also. The C right here, this is my known angle. That's my known angle. So if I know two sides and I know the included angle, which is the angle that's sandwiched between those two sides on a side angle side triangle, then I can always find the other unknown side by using this equation. Now, like with most mathematicians, we actually like to just do all the math and come up with another equation here that we would actually be able to use if, say, we know all three sides, in the case of the side, side, side. So, if we have a triangle that is a side, 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 meaning we know all three sides, we have this nice equation. So we have this nice equation, c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine C. And you see I underlined C here, because when we have the side, 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 we're actually going to we're going to solve to find an included angle, and angle C is our included angle. So we're going to use algebra, and we're just going to manipulate this equation to make a new equation so we can find the included angle. We're going to take and we're going to subtract the two sides, a squared and b squared, because you're adding on this side. So we're going to do minus a squared minus b squared, and that's going to give me this equation right here of c squared minus a squared minus b squared equals negative 2ab cosine C. We still need to get cosine C by itself so we can solve for C. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to divide everything by a negative 2ab. When we divide everything by a negative 2ab, this of course cancels out. And this ends up giving me cosine C equals negative C minus a squared minus b squared divided by negative 2ab. From here, if we remember from trig, to get C by itself, we have to do arc cosine or cosine inverse. And that's what I've done on the very next step. So now I know the included angle C is going to equal arc cosine of C squared minus a squared minus b squared divided by negative ab. So this is a nice formula that we can derive from the law of cosine to find an included angle. Now, say A was my included angle. So instead of the letter C here, it'd be A. What would actually happen is that we would need the side opposite of A to be first. So this would be A right there. And everywhere in this formula where there's A, we would put C, because C is now one of the legs in which A is sandwiched in between. So you really have three different formulas here. Alright, so now after doing all this with numbers, with letters and everything else, I'm going to do a couple of videos with numbers. This will make a lot more sense. I'm going to work these same problems that we did in class, so you can go back and take a look at it. Now keep in mind, in class it's a lot of calculator. We put a lot of these formulas, once we get the numbers into the calculator, it's really the setup. So I'm just going to simply write the answers down as I get them, I'll write down out with the setup.